Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am so in the mood to do another quick and easy quilt block. This is going to be yet again another disappearing quilt block. I chose two fabrics that are contrasting enough. This one is like little flames or something, and this one is just circles. And I am going to be doing my block that I made not too long ago. Let me get that to show you. This guy, remember this guy? But I'm just going to go ahead and do it again because I want to give you a couple tips. I just want to show you an easy way that you can do assembly line work to make it even quicker. So let me just figure out what I need to cut and I'll be right back. I cut a 6 by 6 inch square. I say start with any size you want, but for the sake of this tutorial and to get like the same kind of design, go with an even number. So 6 inch, 8, 10, just pick an even number. It will make the math easier. Since I went with 6 inches, half of that is 3. So I want my strip that I'm going to sew on each side to be 3 inches wide. So if you cut an 8-inch square, then you want your strip to be 4 inches wide, half the width of the square. Now, I'm only making one block for the sake of this tutorial, but I'm going to show you if you are making a whole bunch of them. Take your strip, just cut it salvage to salvage. See, I have the whole strip here. And go to the machine and do some strip piecing. We want to attach this strip to one side of the block. So what we can do is lay the strip down at the machine, right side facing up, take the block, and if you have a directional print, you might want to keep the direction all the same. Flip it right side down and put it to the edge. And you would just sew right along this edge. You would leave this right on the machine. You would put your next block down, do the same, sew, put the next block down until you have your whole strip filled. For instance, let's pretend this is an identical block to that. I would go and put it right there and sew and just create a strip set like that. And depending on what size, you might want to do the math and figure out, what's the best size, so that you can make the most use out of your strip, and just do that. Then you would come and press them all open and trim. So let me at least go sew my one block down and I'll be right back. I already went ahead and pressed this, but I want to show you. I have my one sewn on. If I had more, I would have had them all sewn on. And then I'm just going to open. And there's two ways you can trim this. I always tend to just, trim like this with it open, but you can trim it if you want a trimming line and you're not afraid to cut the fabric that's on top. You can use that fabric as a guide and trim that way. Then when you open up, it's perfect. Now you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to lay your strip down. You're going to take all the blocks that look like this, and you're going to lay it down so that it's going to make a strip around a corner. Meaning you don't want the strip on this end. You want the strip on this end or this end. Whatever you decide, just do it the same with all the blocks. I'm just going to lay it down like this with my other strip on top. And if I had more blocks like this, I would just take them all to the machine and I would sew another one, another one, another one until my strip was filled. I would actually probably make all my blocks and then add them all to strips. You can do it whatever way you want. I just find assembly work is way quicker. So I'm going to go sew this one down. And this is what I have this time. I had this, I open it up, and I just like to cut with my fabric open. Like that. So this is my corner block, but this time the strip around it is a little wider compared to the center than this one was. See, this one, the strip on the outside was more narrow. So I just wanted to do it this way just to see if the disappearing act that I'm about to do looks better this way. I haven't tried it any other way, but I just wanted to do it this way. Now what I'm going to do is, we started with a 3-inch wide strip. So look at the way I have the block placed. I have my long strip on this side, and I'm going to go on this side, and I'm going to go in 3 inches, and I'm going to cut. So whatever width your strip was, that's how far in you want to go. And now we are taking that strip that we cut and we're just turning it like this. And we are going to sew it back on. Flip, and I'm going to go sew right here. Now I have pressed this, but I want to show you. You could have gotten all your blocks ready like this, just have that piece cut off and laid on top. You could have stacked those and brought them all to the machine, and then you could have sent this first one through and sew it without breaking the thread or taking it out. You could have just sent the next two through and then the next two through and just do chain piecing like that. Again, such an easy and efficient way to get a quilt top done. But I am making one block, and this is what we are left with. This is the way I'm looking at it. And now I think I might be able to do some funky things with that on the design board. So it is no longer a corner block. It is something completely different. So I'm just going to call it a disappearing corner block, I guess, for lack of a better name, because I'm just making these things up. This could probably exist. It's very hard to actually come up with something new. I don't have time to go looking around to see if this exists and to know what to call it. So I just make up names, and that's what I go with. Please subscribe so you don't miss any more easy quilt blocks, and stick around to watch the little display at the end of this video coming up right now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!